ActiveCampaign ThriveCart subscription reminder. In this video, we're going to cover what you can do with the next payment date information that ThriveCart sends over via webhook. Now, we're going to set up a couple automations based on that. And to do so, we're going to also need to install a script. There's a link there to go download it. It's not a WordPress plugin. So let's dive right in. Inside your ActiveCampaign account, you're going to need to create a custom field that's date-based. And my recommendation is two automations. One's a controller automation and one is what you want to have happen relative to that subscription date. And if you're going to have multiple ThriveCart products that are subscription, you're going to want to repeat this for each one. So to start with, I would go to Lists. We're going to manage fields, and I'd recommend creating a group. Now create a field for each product inside your ThriveCart account that you want to track. And I would recommend not putting anything besides letters and dates in here. You're going to put it into the group we just created and make sure it is date-based. Click on Add. And now we want to create a couple automations. And this one's going to start without a trigger because we're going to use our controller automation to get this started. And this is the important part here. We want to put in a wait. Go to specific conditions. And we're going to go to custom fields. And it's going to be the one we just created. And if I remember, the due date, and we want to say current date. You could do plus or minus days. I'm going to use current date and click on save. So when somebody gets put into here, they're going to wait until their current date has occurred. Click on save. And in this case, for instance, if somebody's overdue on their payment, I want to remove access to something that they have. And a way for me to do that is to change the tags. Now, I'm going to be a teeny bit generous and say, hey, you've got 2 days to make that happen. So I'm going to throw in a 2-day wait. And then the hammer falls. I'm going to remove a tag. And actually, I'd probably do it a little bit different. I'm trying to be congruent with the naming convention, the tags I'm using. So then we remove the tag, and that's it. That's all she wrote. So someone gets put into this automation, they wait until the next due date, give them a little bit of a buffer, and then we remove a tag which removes access. So let us take this automation name. Now we're going to create a controller automation for this. We are going to start with a trigger, and it is going to be field change. And it's going to be the online. There it is. So when it changes from any value to any other value, and we want to make sure it happens every time, and we click on Add, because this is a controller automation. Whenever that happens, we want to do something. So I'm going to call this online membership controller. Click on save. Go ahead and make that active. And here's all it does. In another automation, and then immediately start that automation again. So basically, we're resetting the clock when that occurs. And if you want to be just, I don't know, put a little teeny wait in there, you could do like a day, whatever, at least, or no more than whatever the minimum subscription period is. So I'm just going to throw in a 1 hour wait. So that's it. This controller automation, anytime this custom field changes, and it will because of what we're going to do, we're going to exit the online membership late payment automation, wait for an hour, and then put them right back in there. So those are the two automations that we need. We create a custom field. So now we need to download the script and install it on our site. So that'll download a zip file. And then what you need to do is you're going to go to your web hosting control panel. Typically it's going to be File Manager. I'm going to upload what I just downloaded. Click on Go Back. Okay, I've extracted it and it puts it into a subdirectory called ActiveCampaign. So that's back in black. Now you want to go visit that subdirectory on your site. And from here, you'll be prompted to provide a password so you can log in. And then you're going to need to provide your ActiveCampaign API URL and key, which I'll show you. So let's make up a password. And then back to your ActiveCampaign account. You're going to want to go to Settings and then Developer, where you'll copy your keys and paste them into the script. Okay, I click Submit, and then once you've done that, you're effectively logged in. And then you need to provide some information about what it is you want to have happen. So we need to go into our ThriveCart account. And before we do that, we need to go to Settings and find a webhook URL that we're going to add to ThriveCart. So click on Settings. And then from here, you want to copy this webhook URL, go to ThriveCart, go to Settings, go to API and Webhooks, Webhooks and Notifications, and then go ahead, in my case, I'm going to add another one. And then paste that in there. We do not want to tick that. Simply click Save this webhook. And that's going to send information over whenever a purchase occurs. So we're going to want to go back to Products. And I'm going to make note of the product ID. So I'm just going to click on Edit for this is the one I want. And there's the ID right there. So 95 is what I want. Because this is a subscription product, it will pick up on whatever due date is coming up. So I'm going to put in, and then back here, I want to set up a rule. So the product ID is 95. That could be an upsell, a downsell, or just a regular product. Bumps are not subscriptions. It's a product. Okay, that's what I want. And then I need to get the custom field name. So let me go back here just to make sure I know exactly what it is. Paste that in, click on Submit. And there it shows up as a rule, and we can create as many rules as you want. If for some reason you use the same custom field again, it's going to tell you that's not a good thing to do. So when product ID 95 is purchased, the online membership due date in ActiveCampaign is going to get updated to the next subscription date. Now, hopefully relatively soon, this field should be updated to approximately a month from today. Today is the 28th or 29th of June, so it should be around July 29th. So there, this custom field has been updated to the 29th of July. So I've got that for reference. Now, hopefully, I set up those other automations right. Online membership controller. Okay, good. And I'm going to cheat a little bit because what's the next thing it's going to do? In an hour, it's going to put me into this automation, which will wait until the 29th of July to do something. And if I haven't made a payment and updated that custom field that represents the next payment date, I'm going to get a 2-day buffer. That's how the ActiveCampaign ThriveCart subscription reminder works.